Awesome. It is 5:30, so I will call the meeting to order. Alicia, will you please do a roll call?
Yep. Lori Blargen.
Here.
Ian McDonald.
Here.
Matt Foucault.
Here.
Lacey Oster.
Here.
Bruce Blargen.
Here.
Sherry Link. Marge Blow. Here.
Our district mission, together we engage, educate, and empower all learners, bridging their passions to pathways to create successful futures and positively contribute to our local and global communities. Is there a motion to approve our agenda tonight?
So move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. It looks like we have one public comment tonight, so Erica, you can go ahead.
I told them I didn't have to, as if there wasn't any other speakers. Eric Johnson, 1999 County Road C. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for last board meeting's decision about the books. I know it wasn't an easy decision, but it was very brave for people to protect our kids' First Amendment rights, and make sure that books aren't banned. In history, it's never been the good guys that have been banning books. People who usually ban books are afraid of the ideas contained within. I mean, look at Galileo. He got jailed for his book because he was right. They called him a heretic, but he was right. So in history, it's, in the 50s and 60s, it was To Kill a Mockingbird. In the 90s and the 2000s, it was Harry Potter. And now they're just coming after other books. And they can't attack from the Supreme Court decision, they can't attack it based on the ideas. So now they're saying it's obscene or pornographic. None of this is, because it's rated age appropriate for the school that it's in. We're not putting adult books into the kindergarten, or the elementary school. We're putting high school level books in high school. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for making that decision and protecting kids' First Amendment rights and their civil rights. Thanks.
Okay, moving on with our agenda for,
I'll just have him try. I think she maybe tried the Google Meet link,
okay,
but it might be easier just to do that if that's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Moving on to our construction manager to look at the information that Shannon sent to us regarding the construction manager recommendation.
There I go.
Hello.
Hi Sheree, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you're on speakerphone and we are on to item number 5 for the construction manager recommendation.
All right.
Okay, Shannon and Ian, Bruce, do you want to speak to this at all, moving forward?
Yeah, I can start and then these guys can chime in. So I sent all of you a memo last week, nearly identical to the memo that I sent you regarding the recommendation for the architect. We followed a nearly identical process after receiving 3 RFPs from 3 different companies. We brought all 3 companies in, Kraus Anderson, Myron Construction, and Market and Johnson. All of them had the opportunity to, again, do a walk around campus with our buildings and grounds crew. We also submitted some questions to each of them ahead of the interview for some additional information we were looking for. Each of them gave us some additional information. And all committee members had an opportunity to contribute to, if there were specific questions that they wanted asked during the interview, we had the opportunity to do so. So myself, Bruce Blargen, Ian McDonald, Dave Gerberding, Tim Stitch, and a representative from Wold Architects participated in the interviews. Each company was allotted an hour. Within that, they gave a presentation, and then we had some time for some question and answer. At the end, our team had a high level of discussion regarding looking at all the information presented, from experience to fee structure to wide variety of background and experiences and relevant projects. And at the end of that, we had a unanimous decision to recommend Market Johnson for our construction manager for our upcoming projects. With that, I will have Ian and Bruce chime in. I know their expertise has been really, really helpful through this process, which has been great, so thank you for that. And anything that you guys would like to add?
So I think the information that the board received was the fees, just the fees from the construction managers. So we asked for like a staffing plan as well. So when they gave us the staffing plan, you take the fee, you take the staffing plan, and then you put those side by side, and that is kind of how we figured the price. And Myron and Market were, about $50,000-$60,000 apart at that point. KA was could have been higher than that once you added their staffing, even though their fee was the lowest, their staffing plan was a lot higher. So anyway, when you look at those, Myron and Market, they were pretty even on the fee. Market's a little higher, but then their staffing was a little lower. So anyway, the total price difference was about $50,000-$60,000. And then just weighing out everything else between Market and Myron, it just seemed to just kind of make sense to post Market and Johnson. I don't know, any other information?
Much to add. It's nice to have you sort through those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I knew they'd come in with a fee, but then it's more than just the fee percentage. I mean, there's staffing, we had general conditions break out between some of the contractors too, to try to get those numbers, but then they were including different things. Market had all these things included, KA was including some, and said we'll bid these out later, and Myron is saying we'll bid most of them out later, so that one was kind of harder to balance. And again, it was just looking at, we had a good relationship with Market Johnson. The first time they did really well on the project, and it seemed to us there wasn't a reason to not go with them for the amount of money that was the difference, based on, a 1/4% on the entire job. So that's how we went with that recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
If any other questions, I may have it right here. I can go through it with anybody if they want to look at it, just the fee and the staffing, and then too, some people included pre-con in their number, some were adding it, so it was just how it worked out.
It's a similar situation to Walden where they're already involved.
Yeah.
They get going right away.
I don't know, I'll make a recommendation to approve Market Johnson as our construction manager for the upcoming referendum projects.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any
I
further-
would second that.
Marge beat you, Sheree. Is there further discussion?
You speedy fast.
I would just thank you guys for the work on this, because I know Shannon had mentioned Bruce and Ian having your background with that committee. Thank you. I think that's really helpful and beneficial to our board. I'm confident that you guys did the work behind it. So, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, so we're now moving on to, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Or did you agree?
We'll give it to Sheree. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We will adjourn the meeting at 5:40.
Thank you for coming.